It's the Ravens and the Black Knights on Thursday night.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the London BlackKnights and the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup. This is one of those games that old school guys dream about.
Absolutely, and count me among those guys because we've got the #1 rushing offense in the league taking on the #1 defense in the league. And that, to me, says this is going to be a hard-hitting game that's going to be won in the trenches. Partner, I'm already taped up. Maybe you and I should pad up for this one.
McPherson has this one teed up, and this one is underway here on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm. Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver? Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 11 carries, 114 yards. Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That caught by Trimble. And he will have a Ravens first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, he got 4 on 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct? I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? What's that? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly. And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think. What do you mean by that, Purple? Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And some room to maneuver. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well. And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins. And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. Jackson now. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
They got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right, then angle his way up the field, and a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw here. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. They had no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wise. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This is a bit of a short passing game here on the first quarter.
And I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop you, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He finds his man, complete. It's Wise.
Give to Hall running right.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Jackson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Oliver. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's London with the football.
McPherson's kick is good,
and that will tie us at 3-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Ravens ready to take over. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Throwing is Jackson. He's got a man, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 35 yards there on the third-down conversion.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Jackson, he's going to keep it himself. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson.
There's Trimble, the tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They'll run with Hall.
And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. That one goes for 8 yards.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Now it's Jackson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Up the middle they go. It's man, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
They'll try to run with Hall.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
Breece Hall with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-3. The 10-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he returns this to the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back through.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And this is caught. A big play there. 43 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Black Knights are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart, pass by pass. And he makes some adjustments there.
Because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They run it with Hall off the option.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The Ravens on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
London about set to take over on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll drop the throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's good. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now Jackson. This pass out wide to Hall.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Jackson.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. From the 6. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
7 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. That ball right there, he ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wise. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game. And he's got a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On on 2nd and 9. Jackson going up top. He's got a man complete. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Jackson going to hold on to this. And it's a fumble. It's going the other way. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker, who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him an opportunity.
London about set to take over on offense.
Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And it's after going to be made at the 38.
This has to go down for one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
On 3rd down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've never given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
For the field goal now is Evan McPherson.
He made his first, this from 47 yards out.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they will take the lead at 13-10.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On the draw, it's Hall. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wise. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the option, it's Jackson. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He finds his man complete. It's Wise.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And this one is right down Broadway. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And you can see by the X next to their name, they have clinched the NFC East already. For the moment, though, they would host a wild card game in round 1.
And for me, it brings back memories about how tough it is to win this division. Not just in recent years, but think about the decades that have stacked up where we've said the NFC East, always one of the toughest divisions in the NFL.
2nd and 9 now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards that time and a first down on the kick.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
On first down, Michaels. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
2nd and 6. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 18. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's caught. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his... And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. That caught by Trimble. So the completion good for just 3. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 9.
Now it's Jackson. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Touchdown! A great play there. 42 yards. And the Black Knights will add to their fourth-quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Jackson now. Yeah, he'll find Hall.
2nd and 4.
Now Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wise.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Jackson.
He finds his man, complete. That's Wise. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Here's Jackson.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. There's a quick shot to his tight end.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. And a throw right sideline is complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Now Jackson
to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Throwing, Jackson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
Meanwhile, here's a shot for the end zone right away, but it's incomplete. One last shot for Jackson, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Going after right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for our visitors, they continue their winning ways as they run their mark to 15-1 on the year.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens,
they fall back to 500, 8-8 on the year.
And they will look to turn it around next time out.